Bama always has good wide receivers, and with Jalen Waddle going down for the season with an ankle injury, it looks like John Metchie III will be the next man up for the Alabama Crimson Tide. He's already shown flash before Waddle went down, but now I think he's going to put on a show. So who is John Metchie, and how did he get to this point? The kid has grown up all over the world, had a heart condition that almost made him not be able to play football, and worked harder than everyone else to become a big-time recruit. So today we'll talk about his entire football story, and his time so far at Alabama, and why he is the next future star of the team. But first, if you love college football, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss another upload. Be sure to give the video a like, comment your thoughts, share it with your friends, and stay until the end so it helps the video get in the algorithm so my channel can do better and I can make you guys more videos. Let me know who I should do next down in the comment section, and now let's get started with the rise of John Metchie. Believe it or not, John Metchie was actually born all the way across the world in Taiwan, and he even moved to Ghana before he finally made his way to Canada when he was 6 years old. His brother played football before him, and he started to fall in love with the game as a kid. He was really good as a kid, was a better athlete than everyone else, and a lot of people saw potential in him. So when he was in 8th grade, he had a big time decision to make. A decision that he would have to make that would change his future. He had to decide between staying in Canada or going to America for high school. He knew the journey for a Canadian to make it to football's top level would be a long one, and his odds were definitely not in his favor. He ultimately chose to leave for America, though, to chase after his dreams of playing professional football, and he made that choice. But in 2014, it almost all ended. Metchie was playing wide receiver when the ball hit him in the chest, and he immediately noticed his heart started to beat hard. He had to wait to be checked out because of the swelling in the area, and the examination discovered that he had an enlarged heart that was causing murmurs. Metchie was sidelined for the rest of his freshman season, and this was terrifying for him. And he did not know what was going to happen for the rest of his football future. With the rest of his family living 8 hours away from his hometown in Toronto, he admits not having his loved ones around him for the recovery process was very tough. Over the summer of 2015, though, he was cleared to play, and he worked on his conditioning to get back in shape. He spent countless hours on the field and in the weight room, where he developed a work ethic so many coaches and teammates rave about. While his friends were playing games or hanging out, he was working hard, and he was in the weight room getting better. For a while, he was an unknown recruit, but he outworked everyone and became a big-time college prospect by the time he was an upperclassman. His trainer had this to say, quote, "He's the type of kid that coaches dream of having in their program. If you came to practice and you had never met him before or never seen what he looks like, you would know exactly who he is because he stands out like a sore thumb. There's a reason he has the offers that he has. His potential is limitless." St. James, the private boarding school in Maryland that Metchie attended, was never known for football or even athletics in general. That didn't matter though, because he just wanted the opportunity to show he was one of the premier talents in all of high school football. Mission accomplished. In 4 seasons with the Saints, he amassed more than 1,300 rushing yards and 2,500 receiving yards for 42 touchdowns on offense, along with 10 interceptions and 19 pass deflections on defense. He was told he could play both sides of the ball, but he preferred playing offense. He was a 4-star recruit by every single recruiting service and had over 25 scholarship offers to big-time schools. But where was he going to go? His final 5 schools were Alabama, Penn State, Michigan, Notre Dame, and Nebraska, but Bama and Penn State were the 2 favorites. He decided to take another year to go to a prep school and get better because the kids in his class were a lot older and bigger than him, and he wanted to have the leg up when he got to college. He ended up committing to Alabama, and he was going to get a chance to go to a premier program where he could play against the best competition and give himself the best chance of making his childhood dreams of making it to the NFL possible. According to 24/7 Sports, Metchie was listed as a 4-star recruit, the number 140 wide receiver, and the 275th best player in the class of 2019. The Canadian kid had somehow outworked everyone else to become a big-time college football prospect, and his dreams were going to come true. With Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Waddle ahead of him on the depth chart, it was going to be tough for Metchie to really play as a true freshman, but he would give it a shot. He didn't honestly do much, as he caught his first pass of the season in a win over Duke in the Chick-fil-A kickoff game. He caught a 5-yard pass against Arkansas, and then finished the season with a 17-yard catch versus Western Carolina. He didn't put up eye-popping numbers, as he only caught 4 passes for 23 yards, and he probably would have just been better off sitting out in my opinion. But there was a reason he did play. If you go all the way back to the 2019 Alabama Day game, he caught 5 passes for 133 yards and looked like a young star. So he had shown flash in the past, and Saban was a fan of him, and that's why he took the field as a freshman. But going into 2020, With Ruggs and Judy now in the NFL, they still had Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle, and they would need a third guy to step up, and Metchie was ready for the opportunity. It was going to come down to Tyrell Shavers, Xavier Williams, Slade Bolden, and John for the position, but Shavers left for Mississippi State and Mike Leach, and then John beat out the other two guys, and he was going to get a chance for an expanded role. The Tide opened up the season with a game against Missouri, and we got a small glimpse of what he could do. He caught 2 passes for 42 yards in the blowout win over Missouri, and I remember watching him have those plays. Week 2 is where Metchie showed his real potential though. Against number 13 Texas A&M, he went off as he caught 5 passes for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns, and showed he had all the tools in the world to be a star for the team. He followed it up with 4 catches for 47 yards against Ole Miss in a game that was an offensive clinic. But how would he do under the lights? Against number 3 Georgia, he caught 3 passes for 50 yards and a touchdown against the elite dog defense, and he's becoming a true third option for Mac Jones and company. But things would change in his favor. Unfortunately, on the opening kickoff against Tennessee, star receiver Jalen Waddle injured his ankle. He went through an ambulance, and it was later confirmed he'd be out for the rest of the season, and he is likely done playing for Alabama as he is a projected first-round pick and is eligible for the 2021 draft. Metchie took this opportunity, and in his first game as the second option, he went off again. He caught a career-high 7 passes for 151 yards in their blowout win over the Vols. So why are people so high on Metchie? People say he has the body structure of Calvin Ridley, and a lot of fans also says he reminds them of Kevin Norwood. Jalen Waddle said, quote, "If the defender does not latch onto him, he is getting out of there. He creates a lot of space, especially coming off his routes. I think he's going to get a chance to showcase his speed in due time." That's high praise for his teammate. He's shown to be productive in an offense with so many established playmakers, and he makes the most of every touch he gets. He's shown flash of stardom against Texas A&M and Tennessee, and he has proved he can step into a bigger role if needed, and that's what he did against the Vols. I think he'll be the best wide receiver in Alabama in 2021, and he'll be the next great Tide receiver to make it to the NFL, but he's got a lot of work to do before that happens. I'm definitely super curious to watch how he does the rest of the year. I think he's going to be a huge factor in these next 5 to 8 games for Alabama. Yes, I think they are locked for the playoff at this point. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys enjoy his story? And who do you guys think will be the next great Alabama receiver? And what do you think of Metchie? Let me know who I should do next or another player with an inspiring story. And I'll be sure to consider everything. Be sure to check out a link to my podcast and my second channel I'm starting. And also don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications if you're new. And give the video a like, share it with your friends, and drop a comment. And check out all my other videos. I will definitely see you guys again soon. But until next time, peace.